Hey, we're gonna just continue today's onslaught of whatever I want, and hopefully you don't get tired of me. Except tired of me off their debut album, and that is some imagery there. I think I'm gonna soak that in while we check this out. I will say the same thing I said for Bear Mountain Park. I lose some of his vocals in the verses. I catch it in the the choruses. I'm gonna just let that picture go. There's so much to. Yeah, no. There's it's subtle. We'll just go with subtle. Interesting. I love that song. It's a good song. I was looking at the logo actually. Uh, the subtle side boob, the slit up with the stockings, the chainsaw, obviously, the diamonds, the choker, the hat, the mesh. Oh, all that works. I'm going to let it go. Because I try. I try to ignore all this stuff, but I think I say so. I never noticed this before. And I would have to go search out and see if that's the exact logo that was on the album. But, man, do I see exactly what I think it's supposed to say. Now, because I'm a complete tinfoil hat weirdo whose opinions are for entertainment purposes only, I wouldn't take what I'm going to say next to heart. It sort of ruins the whole ride if you do. Because this is just an observation, if you will. I don't know if I'm right, but we're going to bring this up a little more. So, boy, couldn't that be Accept Baphomet? Couldn't that really? I don't know if you can see the cursor or not. I don't think you can. I don't know. So I see the two turned up points on the T with the A. That almost could be the finish of your. Man, it is all there. The geometry's right. Even though the face is little, maybe fox-like, it's the impression of downward whiskers on the side, the goatee, and the upward. So I mean, it is almost classic Baphomet. So I mean, gosh, is that Accept Satan? I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it is. Okay, I'm not saying that at all. But what we do like to discuss around here is that these bands all played with this stuff, so I'm not hating. I listen to Venom, so take this all with a grain of salt. I mean, I love Venom. So obviously, I listen to Ghost on my free time. I just won't put it on the show because I don't want the entire reaction to be an indictment of like Luciferian ideologies. But if you want to do that, I can't. I don't support it, but I don't condemn you. I really don't. But yeah, the more I look, I gotta. Hey, hold on. Oh yeah, no, it's bright. We can't work within these parameters, but she has to see this. You see their logo up there? Is that Accept Baphomet? Look close. Take away the fox design in the face. Now look at the horn. Is there not upturned horns? Is there not? So isn't this? So then, if that came down, if you had a hand up here, a hand down here, a little kid sitting here, is that? And then see the two turned up things right there. Is that possibly Accept Baphomet?
Maybe.
Do you think I'm reading too much into that?
No, but you know how to look at things differently.
Well, I'm looking at it for the symbolism. If we took
negative space of things.
Oh yeah. Because the rock stars all full of them stars too. But if it's
so possibly, but there's symbolism in hidden.
Like the chainsaw being phallic.
Yeah,
that's pretty blunt symbolism.
So this is, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
This is the Whore of Babylon.
Yo, no. So I never noticed that logo. Just the name, right? But when I look at it right there, and then if this is literally on the first album, then it's no different than Bon Scott with his pentacle and his other stuff.
The horns right there.
Sure, it's everywhere. So I'm not, and as I said, I listen to Venom. I love one of the Ghost albums. I'm just not going to indict the whole thing for the Luciferian idealism that it is. Okay. But yeah, that kind of blew my mind because I was like, I could get distracted by the side boob or the slit in the skirt.
Yep.
But no, what I really noticed was the word design, because that's what I do.
Yep.
Right?
So in a lot of the music that we see and watch, imagery is a big part of it. And I notice a lot of things, unfortunately, sometimes that, don't turn my crank.
Yeah, well, I'll do it right now. We did, was that Therion? I think it was Therion, The Rise of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Okay.
No, I really liked it. But Anne's we don't have to, I had to share. I mean, I had to do the damn Dancing Girl 5 times to find a way not to criticize it the whole time. So, in the subjective nature of art, Ange and I are watching The Rise of Sodom and Gomorrah, and I put the biblical aspect aside and I'm checking out this symphonic metal band. And just like the dark eye makeup and the fence and the creepy undertones is off-putting. That's the nature of life. Let's use Nightwish. I'm now juggling two sets of fans, right? Because you have such an extreme difference in their first singer to their last singer. It's subjective. You couldn't just go, man, Thomas can write himself some kick-ass music his whole career. You couldn't just say that.
Well,
no, you have to.
The music, I don't care, right? They're gonna have to find and now I've already addressed this. Most bands that would have destroyed most bands.
It does,
right?
Yeah.
How much strength is within that band in order to keep right? And luckily, they got fortunate enough to find the right singer to make it all work.
Yeah.
And
I got nothing but love, right?
Right.
But so I want to discuss what I see in this thing, but it doesn't change how much I love, except tired of me. Hopefully, you all aren't getting tired of me. The whole time I listened to it, I looked at the door like I was implying, oh man, I hope my honey's not getting tired of me. It's all an inside joke. Wink, wink, nod, nod. I don't care what their underlying belief system is because I believe everyone in the industry had to sell their soul to get there in the first place. So, point is moot. I believe everyone except the independent artists are probably a little bit corrupt. I believe the entire industry, art, entertainment is a little bit corrupt. Otherwise, no one would have bought that Hunter Biden crack painting. So, never mind. Love you, baby. Thank you. That was Accept Tired of Me. And really never noticed that logo till now. And now I'm thinking, hey, dark. Now, I'll tell you what the difference is. Same thing with AC/DC. You want to know why I don't think it's real? I think it's a product of the label because if you listen to the lyrical content of all the songs, there's very little worship your dark lord. Highway to Hell really isn't the sell your soul anthem it might sound to be. Sort of like Long Way to the Top, if you want rock and roll, is about getting robbed and basically a true story, right? I think there's a lot more of I can't poop on the back of the bus in these songs than I worship a dark underlord.
No, what if the people producing stuff for the artists are required somehow, some way.
Okay.
They are putting this influence in everything.
So maybe you guys don't like them, maybe you don't like them. But I was just reading one of those crazy quotes from Mel Gibson, who I'm a huge fan of. And this is that tinfoil hat quote about Hollywood is entirely run on sacrificed babies. Oh, yeah, no, that's what he said. You go look that up. So maybe instead of us demonizing the people who say the crazy stuff, maybe we have to start examining the crazy stuff because it looks like the entire top tier of society is steeped in darkness that you can't even comprehend. And if you think I'm playing with you, I could probably...
It's everywhere.
Hold on, I got my honey right here.
H.
I was going to search it up first, but even when I spelled it wrong...
Have you been in this one before? You're better off using a fresh browser with no...
Yeah, no, it's probably listening to me. Is it B-A-P? P. It really knows him. So now if you take Goat Guy here, right? And that guy there, I think you actually can...
You'd have to do a...
Yeah, I'd have to do a layover. But I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure that's Accept
the phallic
Baphomet.
symbol, I don't care if you don't know imagery, but that's 100% phallic symbol.
Oh,
especially
for
the
sure.
Position.
That's what that whole thing is. Because at one point you can discuss, okay, it's heavy for the model, so they have it positioned that way. Yeah. But no, this is
it's
classic phallic imagery. This is the whole secret on the side of the cigarette pack where the old woman and the guy, the virile man with a boner. in a product sold to man. Why? Because classically the erection means strength, not pornography. We're not in that ground now. We're in old school symbolism. You don't know the Washington Monument's a big symbol of power and a penis all rolled into one.
Washington Monument.
You just don't understand how it all works. No offense. And all our opinions are for entertainment purposes only. So, hey, this was fun. Thanks, babes. I really needed your help because I'm not nuts. But I wanted to go tinfoil hat on this shit and wanted them to know that I dragged you into this crap.
So,
Head first, just throw her in.
if you haven't figured out, the world is inverted, and everything you think that is right is wrong, and everything you think is wrong is right. So, there we go.
Yep. That's you want to know the biggest secret I learned? The one that if you want to get to the top of the Mason, here, I'll give him up. Maybe they'll do me in for this, but whatever. So the apple represents truth, light, and knowledge. The serpent's the good guy, and the other guy enslaved you. And you've been enslaved the whole time. That's what they believe. They believe they've been freed by their serpent wisdom, and they are the only ones entitled to control the whole planet because, of course, they've engaged in the act of practicing wisdom and logic and reason, while we have used blind servitude to be led by the nose. Now, I'm not saying I believe that. All opinions are for entertainment purposes, of course, but I'm almost positive within finding about the two pillars and realizing that, personality and wisdom or something like that? That, mixed with a dark occult knowledge, would free you from the slavery of mankind and put you as their master. Hail level 33. But I'm not really one of them. I just went to pancake breakfast in their library and questioned why their book said, hey, rule by secret! Secret government! We own you. You are our slaves. I'm like, hey, why does it say that? They're like, eat your pancakes. We do eyes. No, that's the Lions. What do? I don't know what the Masons do. They collect some money.
Why did they feel the need to misdirect our giggle nature looking at all the books?
Why?
And they had to redirect to make sure and let us know that we do charity.
Why hold it in your library if you have to misdirect questions about your library?
Yeah.
The balls on those people are, hey, it's Alex Baldwin-esque brass balls story. It's that real. They have balls so big, and it's open to the public. Why don't you learn about it? Hey, thanks. This one was fun.